Alright, what's up guys? It's your boy Brad. I'm going to be doing down in the RPO BMX lab, I'm going to be doing an Animal Bikes parts review. Sorry, it's my second take. I was just doing one and I accidentally threw the seat post, so started over. But I didn't mention this, and I wanted to mention this in the last video. It's pretty cold here in Northeast PA, and called bullshit on the groundhog comment that I made last time. I believe we are going to have 6 more weeks of winter because it's cold outside. But actually today was a nice day, so that didn't work out too well, but we've got a lot of snow on the ground. So anyway, let me get into this. Gonna be reviewing Animal Bikes seat post, the Animal Clifton grips, the Animal Liberty bars, the Animal Street forks, the Mike Hoder chain, the Animal pop-off stem, the Benny pegs, and the classic Kimbo cranks. These guys are heading out in order. Shout out to my boy Tyler down in Georgia, aka Husky_BMX at Instagram.com. He's got a sick build coming, and he just came through with this. So as these are going out and I have new ones coming in, I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a review on them so you can decide if you like these parts and maybe you want some for yourself and you want to hit me up. So let's get started. We're going to start small. We'll start with just the seat posts. These actually haven't been out for a little while. Animal just got them back in, I want to say, in the past couple months. Just their basic black seat post. It's got the Animal graphic etched on both sides. It also has the lettering underneath. It's definitely forged aluminum. It's 200 millimeters in length, pivotal post, pretty light, and you can tell it's also meant to be slammed. So if you like to slam your seat post, maybe cut it off. You can just tell that it has like that little extra bridge here for slamming it. So okay, that's a seat post. Next, Clifton grips. I asked Tyler if he wanted the Edwin or the Clifton grips, and because I was going to throw them in the order, and the reason he didn't want the Edwins was because the Edwins have a little bit of a thinner compound. They're a little easier worn. They're worn through a little bit easier, and most people don't know about these grips, but these look very similar to the old Jeff Cox's. It's spelled K-O-C-S-I-S. So Jeff Cox's grip, he used to ride for Animal. You can check him out on Instagram. But yeah, now they're called the Clifton grip, 165 millimeters. They have a flange. There's room to be cut in here. You can kind of see that's pretty cool. And then it has like the Griffin logo going around. And it's a much thicker compound with a wider ribbing. Kind of, hopefully that shows for you guys. And then obviously the cool sewer cap plastic bar ends come with it. Once you get these on, they have a, I've used these grips. They're nice. I've used them in the gum colorway. They're tough to get on the handlebar, but once you get them on there like for good, just because the diameter of that is very narrow. So yeah, shout out. These grips are definitely, a long-lasting grip. So those are the Animal Clifton grips. Moving forward, Mike Hoder chain. Animal Bikes chain. I want to say this chain, it's been around about 10 years. It's my favorite chain. It's lightweight. It's a full-length chain. When I run a guarded sprocket, I don't see the reason always to run a half-link chain. Sometimes I will run a half-link chain if the distance of the chain stay doesn't match with a full-length chain. But if it does, this is my chain of choice. And that's just the Hoder 710. Yeah, I can pull this out. It's a basic, I'm not going to pull it out, my wrist hurts, but it's a basic KMC 710 chain, and it's a solid chain. So if you're running a guard, you want to save some weight, that Hoder chain is sweet chain. It's got like a good shape to it to bite onto the sprocket teeth. So, all right, smaller parts. Pegs. The Benny peg, awesome peg, probably one of, if not the coolest and best peg, for street right now. According to some people, it definitely has a wider diameter, so I'm gonna compare it to something like the GFE peg, the Brandon Began peg by Merit, which is a very short diameter, which means a much more narrow hole, and it's much, sleeker. This one is pretty round, which they made it like this on purpose, so there's more diameter, more surface area hitting the rail, and you get one peg here that comes in the sleeve. It has that little Benny with the Griffin logo on it, design on both, and then this is just a sleeve, and it also comes with a bolt or like a washer. It's a hat washer actually that goes inside of the peg, so if you want to run it on 14 millimeter, you don't use the hat washer, and if you want to run it on 9/16, you do run the hat washer, but you run it from inside the peg, you don't run it from outside of the peg. And it's just a nice thing to have. It's an extra safeguard rather than just using one of those tiny little rings that come like with the Merit GFE pegs, which I do like, but this is a little better. So yeah, these are sweet pegs, 4.5 inches. They're very lightweight also. 700 series aluminum on the inside. It's not steel pegs. So, and these are the long ones, 4.5 inches. So save some weight with those. Great peg, definitely long lasting. All right, moving on to the handlebars. These are the 9.5 inch Liberty bars. They're 29 inches wide. They have a 29-degree back sweep, and I believe it's a 1-degree up sweep, which is pretty mellow. These are the 9.5. They also come in 9.25. Yes, they come in 9.5 and 9-inch rise. I apologize for that. These are the 9.5s, and I like these. Remind me very much of the Empire State bars, Colin Varignac's bars, but now they rep PA, so shout out to PA and Philly on this one, because I definitely run these bars on my bike, so I'm glad these are going down to Georgia to show those guys what Philly's about. Okay, anyway, let's move forward to the pop-off stem, something most people really like. This is the last one we have now. I'll be getting more of these in. These have a cool USA graphic on them. This is a cold forged stem, 48 millimeters long, 22 millimeter rise. It is cold forged. It does have the recess in it. It has the 6 millimeter Allen key bolts, and this is made in America, made in USA, and I believe has a lifetime warranty with it. I've never seen anyone come close to breaking one of these, and I saw Benny Lewis riding one pretty hard, and maybe the bars slipped a little bit, but the stem, just as soon as he tightened it down, just locks right on. It's a great stem. Definitely have ridden this stem. Great for street. I like it a lot. And moving on, I'm going to set these bars here for now, because we're going to do the forks real quick, which are the Animal Street forks. Going over real quick, these are the 26 millimeter offset. They also come in a 15 millimeter offset. They are a one-piece steered tube. They work with an integrated bottom bracket, of course, and they are invest cast. They have this invest cast. You can see it's super cool. It's got the Griffin embossed on it on the side here, so this piece comes separate, and it goes right here, and it connects, and then they weld it here. These also are tapered and butted fork legs, as you can see, and they're meant, actually, as you can see with this here, the peg fits on them perfectly. So I ran that setup for a little bit, and I will say it looks really, really nice. So yeah, these are cool forks. These are actually a set of forks the ones that I tried out. Tried them for about I want to say maybe a month or two. I had my wrist issues, so I just wanted to kind of see how they felt, and I liked them. I definitely like them. These forks have been around for a while. They have the cool sewer top cap that you can use either a socket, which I recommend, or an Allen key on it, and it also has the engravings for 1, 2, 3. There's 3 engravings for different levels if you want to cut it down and run your stem flush with your headset. So yeah, super cool set of forks. Lifetime warranty on these set of forks, so you can't go wrong. definitely love these forks. Some guys, you know, just swear by these, won't run anything else. Probably will never need another set of forks. And speaking of never needing another set of something, these are the akimbo cranks, which are the tried and true set of cranks that I've seen a few guys from the Moto Bunka crew have been running some of these for over 12 years, which those dudes are doing heavy duty crank arms grinds on marble. Like you've seen, if you've not seen the Moto Bunka videos, I recommend it. That's MOTOBUNKA. You can search them on you can search them on Instagram or YouTube, but those guys shred, and most of them run these cranks, 22 millimeter hollow spindle. They come in with this cool setup here. These are the 165 millimeters. As you can see, they do have a lifetime warranty. I'm going to give you a little details on them. This is like a tubular chromoly with the griffin etched, laser etched, and the animal graphic also laser etched. You can see it's somewhat of a boxy shape, which probably makes it a little easier for crank arm grinds and pedal grinds. However, you can see that there is this little bit of a lip. So I know a lot of guys, I personally don't do tail whips, but guys that do tail whips, these are, you know, wear the ankle savers so they don't bust that. Or some guys even actually shave this little area down. I've seen that done because they don't want to catch their ankles on that. But other than that, and these cranks have been around for over 10 years, so to still be going strong and still be one of the most popular cranks and one of still the most stylish cranks you can run on your bike, I mean, that just says something for Animal and for their company. So shout out to Animal. All these parts are sick. Comes with your oil, your bolts. You can run the nano drive. As you can see, it's a universal. So if you want to ride the micro drive, if you're a flatland rider, and they're not that heavy. They are a street crank, but Animal's products in general, people may think they're super heavy, but they're not. Their products come in right on par with the weight of most of the average aftermarket parts that are at a much higher level than most companies. So, and this right here, this is a crank puller. So if you have any issues getting it on, or you're a perfectionist, you can always use this to put on and take off the cranks and show a lot less wear and tear if you want to transfer them from one bike to another. So these also come in 160, 165, and 170. 75s are out. And that's going to be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Shout out to my boy Tyler again, Tyler Sims. That's Husky_BMX on Instagram. And me on Instagram, RPOBMXBTQ at Instagram. You can link up with me there, or you can just look me up at the same tag on Facebook, RPOBMXBTQ. So thanks a lot, guys. Hope you enjoyed this one. Peace.